Welcome to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right Podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Reed, and joined by my lovely wife, Miss Southern Shell, and Tyler over on the board today. And it's another week to talk barbecue. How's everybody doing?
Do you ever get tired of talking barbecue?
No, I really don't. I've been doing it for the past, how old am I? 48. I've been doing it for 28 years, probably. That's a long time to be talking barbecue. Not like at a podcast scale or video. It's just,
yeah.
I would just talk barbecue with my buddies.
It's longer than I've been alive.
Is it really, Tyler? How old are you?
I am 26.
I thought you were 37.
No, I wish. No, I'm just
You got an old soul. No. I guess it's all the kids.
I was about to say, I'd be almost an empty nester if I was
can't
37.
imagine. Can you imagine Shell at 26 having 3 kids?
The hand.
I didn't have my first one until I was, 30, 31?
But the kicker.
31. You were 34.
No. Was I
Yes, you
not?
were.
Yeah, you were 20. Yeah, that's right.
I'll be an empty nester by the time I'm
Oh, you could be
42.
granddad
By the time you're
my
what,
age.
42?
So I'll
You'll be a
like,
granddad by the time you're my age. If your kid's anything like you. 48.
got that dog in him.
Well, Malcolm, you've been sick this week. You haven't been.
Man, everybody's had this little sinus thing. It started with Michael.
Yeah.
You had it last week, and it put me down Sunday. I'm talking, it hit me in the middle of the night, Saturday night. I woke up sneezing and nose running, and it didn't stop for almost 48 hours. It was misery. You know what stopped it? I woke up Monday, and I've got to do something. I wasn't going to take a doctor over a sinus infection. So I went digging through the medicine cabinet over the refrigerator. You know, the little baskets where you got all the medicine?
Yeah.
And I had some real deals, the meth kind of Sudafed. That you had to have, they won't let you buy it anymore.
Yeah.
I still had a box I've been hoarding because that's the only thing. This new Sudafed crap don't knock nothing out of you.
Yeah.
But that old stuff will stop a sinus cold. And I took me one and it knocked it out. I mean, my head's still kind of stuffy, but I feel so much better than I did. I was feeling bad Monday till I got me some Sudafed. But yeah,
Did you take it during the day or did you take it at night?
I took it as soon as I woke up.
Yeah.
But no, I woke up and I was like, I ain't gonna make it today, Shell. You got to take Michael to school. I got to go back to bed because I'd been in bed since like 4 o'clock Sunday. I didn't even watch football Sunday night or Sunday. I had it on Sunday afternoon and fell asleep.
Yeah.
And I didn't get out of that bed until I got up and got my Sudafed on sometime on Monday mid morning.
You watched day games. You just didn't watch the night
I watched the
game.
Vikings game. That
I was
stunk.
disappointed.
Yeah. I can't believe Kirk Cousins threw for as many yards as he did, and they lost that game. It's going to be a bad year to be a Vikings fan, I'm afraid.
One game. How'd you do?
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're sitting there the same as the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They both got a loss. And the Bills. That was a heartbreaker, seeing Aaron Rodgers bust his Achilles tendon. I
know,
couldn't
but
believe it.
The TikToks around that have been gold.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Man, yeah, I
I
bet
feel
that would
bad
be
for him.
it would just be depressing. He might go back in his hole after that. He said he was in a good place, and then he blew his Achilles out. I guess he's still getting paid, though.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how that always works.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He don't need. It ain't like he needed the money anyway.
How'd you do on your bets this week?
I've got a new strategy. Don't bet them all like I like to do. Pick you one that you think is going to win, and bet it big. And that's what I did. I won $300.
Daggum.
I did. $300.
I think I won about like.
You know what my bet was?
$10.
Jacksonville over Indianapolis covering.
And you're not really into either. I mean,
Oh, I don't care about either one of those teams.
Yeah.
I just saw that. I figured that was going to be an easy cover, and they covered. I mean, it wasn't.
and you didn't bet anything.
It wasn't easy. It was all the way to the fourth. I mean, I was sweating at that game. I did have that game on that morning. Down at the farm where we have the smokehouse, and I did do some filming while I was sick. I don't know how that's going to turn out. I bet I sound crazy, but we've got YouTube TV because you don't really get cable down there. So, but I love YouTube TV, watching Sunday Ticket now because it lets me put this 4-game cast on.
Yeah.
And then you just move it to the volume of it. So you can watch 4 at the same time.
Yeah.
And so I had that going on 2 TVs in the smokehouse, and it's like you can watch every game it's on. You can watch them.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. It's better than Sports Bar.
And we need to get rid of DirecTV at the house, right?
Yeah, I don't even know why we still have it.
Me either. We'll talk about that. We'll
yeah.
argue about that later.
I really don't know why, honestly.
Me either.
I can watch everything on YouTube TV just like I can on DirecTV. There's no advantage to having DirecTV anymore.
It's like you just don't want to let it go.
Their what do they call it? On demand is not any good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Any pay-per-view I want to watch, I can get it through Michael's PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know,
or Apple.
I can get and all. I mean, it's like we got Netflix, we got Apple. I mean, you can get any movie you want.
Yeah,
got Amazon Prime. Why have cable or DirecTV if you got all that?
You're making my case for me.
I know. The only reason, so I don't have a good way to stream, like if we go in the barbecue trailer. Or, you know, if we go somewhere because the internet's sketchy and it's hard, so I take my satellite dish and I do use the TV for that.
You're traveling satellite,
and then I use it. My mom and no, they have DirecTV. You know how that old school stuff goes. Mobile dish. Incriminate myself here on a daggum podcast. Shut up. Don't make a clip of that, Tyler. Put it out there.
This week you did a Chick-fil-A copycat recipe.
Yeah, so I know everybody's seen the commercial where it's the honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
It looks. I hadn't had one yet because the day I thought about it, it was a Sunday and they're daggum closed. So I said I'm gonna make my version on the grill instead of doing a fried chicken sandwich. It'll be a little bit healthier, I would say, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And so it turned out it was phenomenal. It was a delicious chicken sandwich.
So what'd you do?
I call them airline chicken breasts, but it's kind of like you don't want to use, if you're making a chicken sandwich, like you buy these boneless, skinless chicken breasts now, they're feeding these chickens, I don't know what, but it's like a 2 or 3 pound chicken breast.
Yeah.
Those are too big for a chicken sandwich. So you can take those and slice them in half, or you can buy them already cut. And I don't know if they're called cutlets or what, but it's basically a half of a chicken breast, and it's the perfect size for a chicken sandwich. And they cook super fast, just over hot coals. So I seasoned it up, just use a little AP and Cajun seasoning. I'm sure that's not what Chick-fil-A's seasoning with. They're just breading it up, but that's what I did. Seasoned it up, let it sit a little bit, built me a fire in my Primo. I cheated on the pimento cheese. I could have had you make some of Shell's famous blue plate pimento cheese, but I bought the next best thing that you can buy in a store, and it's the Palmetto brand. I don't know if everybody has that, but our local Kroger's and Walmart's all sell Palmetto in Mississippi, and it is a delicious pimento cheese.
It's pretty good. It's not the best on the
just
market.
for a store-bought?
Yeah.
What's your favorite pimento cheese on the market that you can buy?
I know they have it at Kroger. It's called Murray's.
Yeah. Oh, it's in the little deli tub.
Yes.
Isn't that the one with like Gouda?
They do have one. They have one
really
that's like a Gouda, a smoked Gouda dip with red onions in it. Oh, that one's really good. But they do a regular pimento cheese that's probably the best you can buy without homemaking it.
So this sandwich consists of a chicken breast that you can, if you want to be like Chick-fil-A, fry it. If you want to be like me, grill it. And it consists of just a nice brioche bun or some nice soft bun, toasted bun.
What does Chick-fil-A call it? A buttery toasted
bun? Toasted bun. Instead of putting their typical pickles on it, they put pickled jalapeno slices. That's the pepper element. Then on top, so you go buttery toasted bun, jalapeno slices, piece of grilled chicken breast, big old ice cream scoop of the pimento cheese, and you drizzle it with the hot honey. You can find Mike's Hot Honey. We had some at the smokehouse. I don't remember what brand it was.
I don't either.
It was just somebody giving it to us, and I said, "Oh, it says spicy hot honey. It tasted good to me."
Yeah.
So you just drizzle that all over the top, and you put your top buttery toasted bun on, and you got the honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich. And I'm telling you what, that's a fire chicken sandwich, man. It is. I was really impressed with that. I don't know if Chick-fil-A's could be that good.
You also added a little blue plate to the bottom bun.
Yeah, I did. And Chick-fil-A will give you the squirt packet, so you'd probably do that with Chick-fil-A.
And their mayonnaise is pretty daggone good.
It ain't blue plate, but it's good.
They also, I don't think they use a spicy honey. I think
they do. It's hot.
It is
it's hot honey. Yeah.
Okay. I thought
I saw a TikTok.
Honey.
I'm pretty sure it is hot honey, Because I saw a TikTok of how they did it. They did exactly what I did. They had these tweezers they were grabbing the jalapenos with and putting them on the buttery toasted bun, fried chicken, big old scoop of the pimento cheese that they had, and then they had this pump like the nacho machine with their hot honey in it, and they would hold it over there and they'd drizzle that all over it and put the top bun on, and that was it. So we need to go try that.
I mean, I'm down.
Maybe,
Let's do it today.
That's a good comparison. Now, I mean,
gotta go
Chick-fil-A is pretty dang good. I ain't gonna knock it. It's a good chicken sandwich, but I just don't know if it could beat that
The one
charcoal
you
grilled
cooked.
one. Yeah, and the chicken breast grilled, like, I don't even know if it was 3 minutes aside. It was super fast.
I was thinking the whole time you were cooking that chicken breast, I was like, that is so quick, so easy.
Yeah.
It gives you a nice even cook, because it's that
Thinner cut. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much you could do with that.
Yeah. You could
Like-
chop it up and put it on a salad or a wrap or
Tacos,
tacos,
yeah.
or you can do all kinds of stuff with it.
All kinds of chicken sandwich recipes,
Yep. And it's easy.
And you could just serve it with 2 veg for dinner one night.
Yeah, yeah.
Super
chicken
easy.
breast. It's
Yeah.
it's the perfect amount of chicken. Nobody wants to eat that monster chicken breast. I did buy some of the big whole boneless skinless ones, and I cooked those just to have this week to eat for
Yeah.
lunch and stuff.
I think the big ones, they get drier on
They
the
are.
inside.
See, that's the one thing I noticed, that since that chicken breast it's even all the way across. Once they slice it like that, it cooks at the same rate, and you don't have it drying out because it's all, like if you buy the big boneless skinless breast, one end is super thick.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
like
about like
2
2.5
inches,
inches.
yeah.
Yeah. And the other end tails out, so that end's dry as a bone. By the time you get the inside done of the big piece, you either got to butterfly it or go ahead and slice it in half and have you 2 pieces. And so I just think it makes sense. You could buy that big pack and slice them yourself. Then you got more chicken to do something else with.
Yeah. Was there a big cost difference in buying those little individually packed?
So yeah,
There was. Yeah.
there. I mean, for some reason, if they trim something and they package it like individual packages, they always mark it up.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be like the only ones I found like that were like free range chicken. So it's supposed to be no hormones, none of that stuff, and better chicken and all that. I don't know if that's true because this was at Walmart and I just bought the family pack of boneless skinless and this one pack of these little all naturals. But I like them because they were individually cryovac in their own little bags. So if you didn't use them all, just toss them in the freezer and then you got chicken breast ready to go, and they thaw out so fast.
Yeah. And like you don't have to repackage them.
You don't have to
freeze
repackage them,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, didn't it Costco or I don't know if Sam's does, but I think Costco sells theirs like that too. Individually chicken breast
I think you
packaged.
can find some at Sam's.
You can.
Yeah.
But it was super easy.
So thinking about copycat recipes, you've done a couple copycat recipes. You've done the McRib.
The McRib, the Malcom rib.
Yeah.
Mine's way better than
Way better.
Oh yeah.
I had never had a McRib until like, I don't know, a year or 2 ago.
The real McRib? Really? You didn't
Yeah,
grow up eating
right.
McRibs?
No.
Oh man.
Why,
Me neither.
why would you, if someone asks you, we're going to McDonald's, you want a fish sandwich or you want a McRib?
Oh, God, they don't even compare.
Whoa, okay,
Fish
hold on.
sandwich.
The filet of fish.
I
They don't
can't
ring the
believe it.
bell when you order a McRib at McDonald's. That's it's a big thing. One time a year they come around, they run them for a little while, but the fish sandwich is always on there, and they might sell one a month probably.
I doubt that.
I mean, I guess it's been on ever since I've been going to McDonald's since a kid. They've had filet of fish. There must be a lot of people that like them,
I
but
know. If they weren't selling them, they'd take them off the menu.
square fish, processed fish.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't know. The McRibs processed as it could be too. It's a pork patty with the shape of some bones, I guess.
It tastes really, really processed. Not that the
I think it's
the fish tastes fresh.
I think what makes that McRib to me is the pickles and the barbecue sauce and the onions on that little loaf of whatever different kind of bread it is. It's not just like a regular hamburger bun or something. That's what I remember about it. It ain't the pork,
Your McRib sandwich was really, really good.
It was a real slab of ribs.
Yeah, and you put it was a slab of ribs, which would probably feed what 2-3 people.
Oh no! I mean, but see, I put it on the
Just
big
rib.
loaf.
But if you were just eating
Yeah,
just
I would
rib.
say if you're just eating ribs, 3 people would eat a slab.
Yeah, on average. But when you put it on that bread with everything else, I bet
4.
you could eat
4
4 or 5.
servings.
Yeah.
You just
Because
got to
one
cook
of
it
those-
tender enough to get the bones out.
But one of those little slices of sandwich is
Pretty hardy.
pretty hardy.
Yeah. You got to think. So you get on the average 12 bones out of a whole rack of ribs like that if you don't really have to trim them too aggressive. So, that's 3 people getting 4 bones, that's a lot.
On
If you get a
sandwich.
3-bone sandwich, that's a
It's
pretty
yeah.
substantial sandwich. No bones to deal with. You pop them out, and it's cooked super tender. By the time you put the sauce and the pickles and the onion and the bread with it, that's a
You got to have the sauce, the pickles, and the
that's
onions
what
on
makes
there.
it.
Yeah. It's like that pop gives you the little vinegar
Yeah.
element, and the onion gives you the freshness.
Do you think that's the best copycat that I've done? The McRib, my way,
Probably.
your version.
You did the Whataburger patty melt.
That was good too.
It was very good. I
It
like
was better. It was better than a Whataburger patty melt.
yeah.
It really was. I'm trying to think of another Poncho's cheese dip. I've done that before.
Yeah.
My version of homemade Poncho's cheese dip.
I don't think everybody knows what Poncho's is. It's
They
going
should.
nationwide,
They
but
should. It's a Memphis staple.
you've never done a Big Mac, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because you've been called Big Mac since I've met you.
that would be a good one for me to do. It'd be an easy burger to do.
Big Mac's Big Mac.
So what would you use for the bottom bun? Would you use
I don't know.
just the bottom part of another bun to get because you got to have
yeah.
it's bread, meat, bread, and then the lettuce and all that on
Yeah.
top with special sauce.
It
But I
can't
could do my own version of the special sauce. It's got to be on a sesame seed bun.
Mhm.
Maybe you could just take 2 buns and take a knife and cut the top off one sesame seed bun, where it's because it's that middle one's. It's not like it's like
Yeah, it needs to be small.
it's like slice on slice part on slice part. It's not a.
What do? Do they just use a bottom bun?
I'm sure they got a special
They got a special
Big Mac,
medium bun?
Yeah.
A middle bun?
special one. I would guess.
I've never investigated it that
Yeah, I
closely.
hadn't either.
You did do that Dunkin' Donuts TikTok, but that was more of a how to hide your booze at work.
Yeah, I didn't make their thing.
It wasn't a yeah.
I'm sure there's been some more copycats. Oh, I know one that I did, that Monterey chicken from Chile.
Yeah.
That's a freaking killer dish.
That is good.
That's
Nick-
been a long time ago, hadn't it? Since we were in the house we're in now when I did it, so it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like pandemic time.
Yeah,
I was about to say right before my time, I think.
Yeah,
You weren't here then. That's a killer one. If you've never made the Monterey chicken, man, that's a
That one's another
Winner.
one that would work perfect for those airline chicken
Yes.
breasts.
yeah. I don't know if you call them airline chicken breasts or not, but I just know an airline breast is smaller than the whole boneless skinless.
Yeah.
You just see that.
What
term.
you're calling
Yeah.
them something they might not be.
It may not be. I don't know. Don't fact check me on that.
Little-
Actually, that's not an airline breast. Well,
a portion size breast.
yeah, portion size breast, sandwich portion size. But that would be perfect for it.
Yeah.
I've remade several of the La Siesta local.
I have this on my
Do you?
list. You're always trying to copycat the La Siesta Mexican restaurant dishes.
What's the one that I really the Polo Tapatillas?
Mhm.
God, that one's good. That one's so good.
What you need to do is a Krystals copycat.
Krystal burgers.
Yes.
Would you call them White Castle burgers or Krystal burgers? Because we're Krystals, but most people don't. I guess if you're in the South, you know Krystal.
Yeah, Krystals is the White Castle South.
Yeah.
Or wait.
Which one do you think's better?
Krystals is greasier,
Yeah.
I would say.
Is that better though? I mean, they both hit you like gut grenades.
Depends on what time of day it is.
Yeah. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
you don't eat Krystals before midnight.
No.
There's a certain time. It's like between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. That's when that's when it's kosher to eat Krystal burgers. Anytime before that, you're just asking for it.
You did your version of Krystal Sunrise Burger or
Yeah.
Sunrisers or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I did do those.
Oh, yeah.
It was
I
like the
forgot
little on
about
the
that.
sliders.
Yeah.
Those were real good.
Those were really good. Yeah.
You could use the little slaughter rolls to do, fake Krystals.
I've been wanting to do some Waffle House hash browns
Heck yeah.
on the flat top.
Scattered
Like when I got my
sandwich, huh?
flat top, I was like, or the Weber flat top griddle, I guess the Weber griddle. I was like, that's one of the recipes I'm gonna do is the hash browns from Wahoo.
I'm putting that one on the list.
Scattered, covered, smothered, chunked, diced, and chopped. All of it.
Do you do all of it?
I like it. I mean, yeah, I'll even top it with Burt's chili.
Talk about asking for it.
Do you like Burt's chili from Waffle House?
I don't know if I've ever had it.
You never had Burt's chili? Oh man. What I'll never forget this. We took my cousin to Waffle House one night. This was after we'd been out, probably,
Yeah.
later than we should, having a good time. We went to he got hash brown, scattered, covered, smothered, side of Burt's chili. They brought him his check and he asked for hot sauce and a bottle of ketchup. and the check. And he took the check. This is crazy now. He took the check. Or he put hot sauce in the chili and a bunch of ketchup and a bunch of black pepper and took the check, shredded it up, put it in the chili, mixed it up, and ate the whole bowl of chili and the check and all. He's like, I guess I ain't paying for it. And I was like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. He just ate the whole check.
Did he pay for it?
Yeah. I'm sure somebody did. I don't know if he did. They're probably ready to put him out. He's over there trying to play the Waffle House song on the jukebox. People rile. Waffle House is a crazy place at night if you've never been to one. You can see all kinds of stuff in a Waffle House after midnight.
Throwing chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait till after midnight. There's always
Hey,
some
I
shady
tell you
stuff.
what, you don't mess with Waffle House folks. Them jokers will team up on you. They like a
They got
gang.
each-
Yeah, they got each
back.
other.
Wahoo game.
And they ain't scared. It ain't like they need the job, I don't guess. They ain't scared to lose it. They will come out
I
that
bet-
back quick.
yeah.
That's why they got the counter so long. They got to at least come around the door to get to you.
They give you a head start.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some kind of auto lock mechanism. They lock you in the thing, then they got you.
Will you stop? What's your favorite fast food? We're talking about fast food.
I've been trying to do good, so I haven't been thinking about fast food at all. But now you're making me think about it. I'm going to go want to get some. But I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
If I had to pick, man, that's tough.
That is tough.
That's real tough.
Because I would like to get, like, a burger from here, fries from
Yeah.
here,
I don't know.
nuggets from there.
I don't just have one that's my favorite. I mean, sometimes Whataburger is pretty dang good. And
Yeah. Their patty melts are good.
There's something to be said about what's the number. I don't know what number it is at McDonald's, but it's like 2 regular McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Number
and a fry.
9.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's hard to beat
Them
sometimes.
2 little cheeseburgers, they
Yeah.
are pretty good.
Mine is Del Taco, and I don't know if it's because
Yeah.
we don't have
Yeah.
one around here, and I don't get to eat it that often, so I never get
Yeah.
disappointed by it that often. But it's really good.
I think that has something to do with it, the rate at which you get disappointed by this.
Yep.
Doesn't
like
Matt have
Chick-fil-A.
a brisket something in
Yeah.
Del Taco now?
Yeah,
It seemed like I saw that on Meat Church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got
That's
some kind of
cool.
thing going where they're doing his brisket for, I don't know if I guess it's a taco.
Honey Chipotle brisket tacos.
Really?
And it was only at one specific location. I guess,
Oh.
testing it out or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that is cool.
But yeah,
Is Del Taco like a Texas thing, or is it just a West Coast thing?
I think it's West Coast, but like there is some in there. There's some in Atlanta. I think there's actually one. The first one just opened in Mississippi, in Philadelphia.
Okay.
My mother-in-law sent me. I don't really know where Philadelphia is.
It's
but-
close to Starkville
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where there's a casino down there.
Yeah. and a golf course.
It's kind of central Mississippi.
Yeah.
I think there's some over in Arkansas. Like
Yeah.
Little
they're
Rock,
moving this way,
Little
kinda
Rock
like
area.
In and out.
mean,
the California
If it's what I'm
thing,
thinking
but-
about, my brother told me they love them. Him and his wife, when they go that way, they always have to stop it. I think it's Del Taco.
It's just like one for every. There's something for everybody there because they have cheeseburgers, fries, they have burritos, tacos. It's the
It's like a
ultimate
cookout.
hangover food. Kind
Yeah,
of,
is it
but
like
like,
the cookout?
like Mexican food cookout. You know, like
Yeah.
really good.
I'm not a big fan of the cookout.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of getting a corn dog with my
With your burger
with
combo.
my burger, with my having the options, but they all usually suck. So
Yeah.
I judge restaurants based on their ranch, and they serve Hidden Valley, and I'm not
yeah.
not for it.
You're more of a craft man when it comes to ranch.
I'm just more of a homemade restaurant ranch kind of
yeah.
guy.
I'd have to go
It's
Chick-fil-A.
tough. Yeah, I would guarantee you yours is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Fast food goes, I probably have more Subway than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, turkey,
What's your
6-inch
see,
turkey
to me, that's
sub.
a whole different thing. What's your favorite sandwich shop?
My favorite one,
Yeah.
Lenny's is pretty good. Jimmy John's is pretty good. I don't have
I
a
like Firehouse.
Firehouse Subs is
Yeah.
good.
Firehouse is my favorite hot subs place.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's for cold subs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I
How
don't know
many
if I've
other
ever
hot
had it.
sub places are there?
There used to be Quiznos.
Like Steak
Yeah.
Escape, Quiznos, I think still exists, just not around here. There's a few. There's not many, but there's a few. And then
Yeah.
like Jersey Mike's has hot subs, but they're not as good as Firehouse. By
Jersey Mike's is pretty good.
What's
Yeah.
the difference in is Jersey Mike's is kind of like what's the
Freaky
Fast?
Yeah.
What's that? Jimmy John's? Are they about the same thing?
Yeah, like freshly sliced meats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bread's really addicting, like really, really good. Their hot
Yeah.
pepper relish is the best at Jersey Mike's in my
That's,
opinion.
Lenny's is probably my favorite hot pepper relish,
Really.
but I had never had Jersey Mike's, so I don't know.
We're going to have to change that.
Yeah. You're talking to a fat guy. It comes with fast food. I know a little something. Know a little something.
Okay. So I saw
Best fish sandwich.
Best Fish Sandwich.
Captain D's.
Captain D's. I'll have to go
Captain
Captain
D's
D's
fish
for
sandwich
best
is a hit.
sandwich. It used to be Burger King. They used to have a really good fish sandwich. It was square patty,
Yeah. Was it square?
but it was bigger and
Yeah.
better than McDonald's. But you always got to hold the cheese.
Cheese don't belong on fish like that, does it?
Not that kind of cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw some people talking about this the other day on a TikTok. If you could have one chain restaurant in your house, what would it be? I already know my answer.
Oh, man.
Got to be like a big chain, you know. It
Yeah.
can be anything though, but a big chain.
I don't know. That's a tough one there. I might say Panda Express or something.
Panda Express. I'm
I don't
going
know.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. There you go.
No takesies back.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't tell me I could do that. Like, I didn't even think Hooters. I think I'd want Hooters at the house.
That might cause a little problem. But.
No. Those are hardworking young ladies in that place trying to pay their way through college.
Whatever.
Tyler, do you have a?
I don't know. That's like it would have to be something that has like the Cheesecake Factory. Actually, that's going to be bizarre.
Oh,
but
dude. I was so disappointed.
always been
We talked it up, and they had one out there at Wolf Chase, and we were going to go out there. Man, it was the worst daggum food restaurant experience I ever had. First, they bring out this encyclopedia of a menu.
Yes.
It's like there's no way they can make all this stuff back in the kitchen. Why would they ever attempt it? It had 1,000 different items on it.
yeah, they have ads on the menu.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Ads on the menu.
It was crazy. I was not impressed at all with Cheesecake Factory.
I just like the cheesecake, but then
Really?
at least there was like options on the. I don't know. I couldn't pick
Yeah.
a place that was like one specific food because I couldn't eat one specific food that much. I'm a variety eater, so
Yeah,
that's my thought process. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to eat there all the time.
yeah. It's just
part of the.
right in your
I would-
backyard.
I would be in so much trouble if I had a Buffalo Wild Wings in my backyard.
You know what? I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Olive Garden. I like
Olive Garden?
breadsticks. I like their salad. I like their shit.
Okay.
Like I could eat a little different.
I feel like you cook that stuff all the time anyway, Tyler.
We do. We eat pasta all the time.
Yeah.
So this week you did a recipe called grilled cheese sticks.
I did. I got to thinking,
Where'd that idea come from?
I forget what I was watching, but it was something. Well, I kept seeing them do this grilling cheese, and I was like, I've never. And what's it called?
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. It's like halloumi cheese or something, but it's what it is. It's a denser, non-melting cheese.
It's halloumi.
Halloumi cheese,
HALLOUMI.
also known as bread cheese. And I've seen it at Kroger before. We have this little like cheesemonger section. It's like, about, 8-foot cheese counter. And they got all the specialty stuff that goes with making sausage and cheese boards and all that stuff, but all these different cheeses. And they had it in there. And so I was like, what if, I was going to grill it and see what I could do with it. And I was like, well, what if I made a grilled cheese stick where you take those pieces of that halloumi cheese? Halloumi cheese, and slice it about the size of a breaded cheese stick, and then
Hold on. Let me
you gotta make halloumi.
halloumi. That's what Google says.
Okay, well, I heard it,
Go ahead.
but I was gonna take it and make it about the size of a cheese stick, and I had no idea if this would work or not. 'Cause I
Yeah,
never
it's all
cooked
an
it.
experiment.
Yeah, and I was like, this might melt straight through the grate. It might look horrible. But I was like, what can I do? I didn't want to bread it. I wanted to make it just that cheese. And I was like, I could take and make a garlic butter, just minced garlic and a stick of butter,
It's
little
seasoning.
Italian stallion seasoning, the Italian seasoning. And I could brush that on the outside of it. So hopefully it wouldn't stick to the grate. And I was just hoping that cheese would hold up.
Okay.
That was the whole idea with that.
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
also, garlic butter just goes with it.
Yeah.
And so I just took them and I got a grill hot, just like I did on those chicken breasts. And I had those sticks on there and I would just turn them about, I don't know, I let them sit, 30, 45
But you
seconds?
skewered them.
Yeah, I had them skewered. So it was
Yeah.
a cheese stick so I could move it. And I don't even know if you would have to, I think you could pretty much pick them up with a tong if you just wanted to make little cheese rectangles.
Yeah.
But the skewer made it easy. And they're not
It
on
makes it
there.
cool to eat.
Yeah.
you know?
What it does, it kind of blisters the outside and gets it bubbly and kind of soft, but the inside just stays hot and it doesn't run or it doesn't melt or anything. So it changes shape just a little bit, but it's not like a melted piece of cheese.
Yeah.
And just served it up with some like jarred marinara sauce, the rose or however you say that, and warm that up a little bit in the microwave. And then it was just an appetizer, basically. It's a football food. This is something you could easily do. It's fast. You could probably do it in a skillet. You don't even have to do it on the grill if you didn't want to. And I bet it would be good in the air fryer. I bet it would get it crispy on the sides too, because it kind of did get a little crispy on the edges. And the only bad thing is, if you eat too many of them skewers, you'll be stopped up. That's a lot of dense cheese to put in you. Because, I mean, you got to think. I mean, you get to order cheese sticks. It's 5 cheese sticks. And, if you eat some of that, it's equivalent.
I love cheese sticks.
Oh, I do too.
Everybody loves cheese sticks.
Yeah, Sonic's got some. Sonic and Arby's has some.
Yeah.
You can tell it's like lunchtime and I hadn't had nothing today. A protein shake.
But they tasted
They were good.
like
That was kind of an experiment that worked.
it kind of tasted like pizza almost. I don't
That's
know if
what
it's
it
'cause of
reminded
the
me
garlic.
of. So the hot melty cheese gets on a pizza, gets around the edge on the crust kind of, or the cheese stuffed crust pizza. That's the flavor it had, that kind of cheese. And I mean, I thought it was really good for something easy.
Yeah.
Kids could do that.
Oh yeah. I
They'd
mean,
love
how
it.
long did it take you to cook it? How long did it
Oh,
take to grill?
a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops.
Yeah.
It took longer to get the grill hot. Then get your coals. I wouldn't just fire up a grill just to do that. But if you're doing other stuff, that's a quick one to throw out to folks and let them have something to munch on.
Oh yeah. I think it'd be a great tailgate
Yeah.
food.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You
You
show
definitely
up with
would.
them already skewered, ready to go. All you need's
Your
hot coal and some butter.
little garlic butter.
Yeah.
It smells great too.
It
so.
did smell
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Mikey came in later after we.
He ate them cold. Yeah.
Yeah, he ate one cold, and he was like,
He ate like-
"What's this?
He
Bread
ate
and
like-
cheese?"
He ate like 3. I think.
Really?
And I told him, he's like, "Is this bread and cheese?" I said, "Mikey, that's just straight cheese." He said, "Oh no." He knew. I gotta find some
But he
prunes or something.
Yeah.
Something to offset that.
You're getting old when.
You gotta add prunes to your diet.
But it held up really well.
Yeah.
You didn't know it was just a
Hunk of
stick
cheese. Yeah, yeah. Well, when you saw it, and some of it, like we bought, I guess they had already cooked it some or something because
Yeah.
it has that brown edge to some
Do you
of
think
it.
They cooked it, or that was like something they added just for aesthetic
Looks, I
purposes?
don't know, because we bought some that was just it didn't look like it had been done anything. That's still in the refrigerator. I didn't do anything with it because this other brand I bought was a perfect square or rectangle, and all I had to do was cut it the size of the sticks I wanted. So that was, I was just trying it. Try it for yourself. That's a good one.
If you can find that cheese, it's a little more expensive, I would say.
I think it was like $11 a little block.
Yeah.
but
And how many sticks did you get out of that
Probably
block?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an order of cheese sticks. I mean,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do anything differently with that recipe?
no, I don't think so. I mean, you could probably top it. You could change your butters up or do something
yeah,
else
you
or have
could do
something
all
else to
kinds
dip
of
it
stuff.
in. Or I think you could probably be really good. It's like wrap it in prosciutto or something like that.
Do you think that would grill up? Okay.
Yeah, it'd blister up. Prosciutto's so thin, and once you wrapped it around it, it would probably, it would kind of crisp up a little bit. The cheese would get warm. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it'd be really good.
Or you could get pepperoni, maybe one of the
Yeah,
really big pepperonis. I don't know if that actually
Eh.
wrap. Yeah.
Well, so Tyler, was it you that had the idea to do like a sausage and cheese skewer with it?
Yeah.
We talked about that.
That's a really good idea.
Like you could do your own little sausage and cheese skewers and cut it into cubes and then go further too. Do sausage cheese or something like that, or stick a
Yeah.
pepperoni or something on there, and grill those real quick, and those would make some excellent appetizers.
Especially if you use Italian sausage.
Yeah.
There's something,
Yeah.
that would be good. Yeah.
Pepperoncinis and stuff on there.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So good.
I'd get down with that. It'd be good to add to a little charcuterie board
Oh,
thing,
yeah. Heck yeah. Here's some grilled cheese
Yeah, to go with it.
that's been basted in garlic butter.
Well, I mean, some people just dipped it in the garlic butter that was left over.
I did.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
I knew it was sitting there. It's like somebody's been dipping in that garlic butter.
Well, I did the rose, the
Yeah.
marinara. It's great. Dipping it back off in that garlic butter.
I just played follow the leader on that one. I saw you do it and had to do it too. So.
You also did some buffalo ranch party mix. Is that what we call that?
I
Hot wing party mix?
don't remember what I called it.
I think so.
What
That was kind of your idea. You said I don't know. I guess Michael had bought some when y'all went to the grocery store, but it was buffalo wing Cheez-Its. And we love making like a little party mix for holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, well, this will be a good little tailgate version because you could play with ranch packet. You could add a few other things. Like I added ranch bugles. And
Which that was a good find.
Yeah, oh
the
yeah.
Ranch bugles.
Ranch bugles. I like.
If you've never had bugles in your party mix, add them.
Oh yeah. All we did was we did pretzel rods or pretzel sticks, the ranch bugles, and the buffalo wing Chex Mix, and then I found some cashews and then some spicy peanuts. So it's just 5 things.
And you could mix and match.
You can
it
mix
with
whatever. You can put
anything.
whatever you wanted in it. You could put the little toast. You could add the Chex cereal if you
Yeah.
wanted to. We didn't do the cereal version because this is kind of like I was thinking if you're sitting at a bar and you got the little bowl of nuts and snack mix, this is what would be perfect for that. Or to tailgate, you could have it in a bowl and people could scoop them up some and go with it. But you take a stick of butter, you take hot sauce or buffalo wing sauce, whatever you want to put in there, a ranch packet, and Worcestershire sauce, and that was it. That's all
I
I
thought
put.
you put did you put onion and garlic and stuff in there? Any
I don't think.
seasonings? You don't think?
Yeah, I didn't in that one.
Oh no, you use Frank's Red Hot seasoning.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what it was. The Frank's buffalo wing seasoning. That was the seasoning in it. And that was it. You just mix that up and you drizzle it all over, like put it in a big, large aluminum pan. You want your grill going about 250. You don't need to be too hot.
Yeah, it'll burn.
Yeah, it'll
if it's
burn.
too
It'll
hot.
burn. So about 250's fine temp. It's going to take about 45 minutes to an hour. You're going to stir it just like the party mixed up. Every 15 minutes, you go out there with a big spatula. And you don't really stir it. You just kind of fold it. And all you do is after about 30 minutes, just grab one out and taste it. And if it's still chewy and soggy, it's not done. You want it to go ahead and get
It needs to be crispy.
crispy.
Yeah, back
It'll
crispy.
dry out. It'll dehydrate it at 250 after that time and stirring it occasionally. And then you bring it out and let it sit and cool. You got to do that. Don't just put it in a covered container warm when it comes off the pit. We probably let it sit for almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
Because
it's not like it's gonna go bad.
no, it's safe. You can put some paper towels over. You don't want to trap moisture any kind of way because something that's hot like that will make moisture once you cover it up and it'll get it soggy. So you got to let it kind of stay spread out and then sack it up and it's ready to go.
I mean, you can pull it off the pit and serve it right then. It's
Oh, yeah,
really
yeah.
good hot and
Yeah, just leave it open, like
Yeah.
open air. Don't close it off until it gets completely cool. And then you can put it in whatever you want and it'll last weeks, I would imagine.
I don't
If
know.
it lasts it ain't gonna last that long.
Michael.
But I did. So as soon as I brought it off, I took more of that Frank's Red Hot seasoning, and we found that at Kroger, and just sprinkled over the top of it, and then kind of shook it just to kind of give it a coating. Because while it's still warm, it'll adhere really good to it, and it gives it that punch. And man, it's got some flavor. You taste, it's like eating buffalo wings. I mean, you kind of get the ranch and the buffalo hot saucy flavor with the crunch and the saltiness. It's really good.
I bet it would go really good with beer. I didn't
Oh,
try
yeah.
it, but it just seems like it.
Seems like it would.
Just
don't it?
from my own personal.
But that's definitely one if you're looking for like a couple easy ideas, appetizer-ish for any of your, if you got football events coming up and you want to take something or set something out at your house, you're having people over, those two are easy munchers.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael took them all to school.
Yeah.
He was
His
sharing
little
it with
buddies
his buddy.
found out his dad had a TikTok channel or something. I was like, they wanted to bring like some ribs, and Michael's like, "You got to cook something so you got anything left over I can take to school." I said, "What are you gonna do? We're taking it to study hall." I was like, "Does your teacher know?" No. We're just gonna pass it out. I was like, "We can take this mix, take the party mix,
I told him if I talked to your teachers, we would take pulled pork sandwiches to
make some little
study hall.
sliders
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
send up there." Yeah, no, he didn't want to do that.
All of a sudden, then it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see on the community somebody was doing something with Cheetos?
Yes, I
Speaking of
told you
party
I got to
cake.
try that. It was like a sweet. I'm guessing it's sweet and savory and cheesy. Like, how does that not sound good?
So what'd they do?
They basically took I think it was corn syrup, brown sugar, butter. Took a bag of Cheetos, put them in a pan like I did the party mix, poured that sugary mixture over them, and put them in there on the pit or on the oven and stirred them every 15 minutes until they get coated good. And it would be like caramelized Cheetos. I mean, so I think it's Mark's wife's mother-in-law or his mother-in-law makes a Cheeto Christmas treat.
But it's like white chocolate covered Cheetos.
Yeah. So and this will
are
remind me
puffs.
of that. Yeah, those are
white
puffs. These are
chocolate.
crunchies.
Yeah,
But
crunchies.
I got to try that.
Do you think it would work with Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
I don't know, but somebody said that in the thing. They were
Yeah.
going to try it. Now, that would be sneaky right there. And
Did
the Flamin' Hot Cheetos would be a good addition to the buffalo wing mix.
Oh, that
I
would
didn't
be.
think about that.
Yeah.
That would be a really good addition to it. It'd give it another little layer of pop. I'm going to have to try that next time, too. Cheetos would go good with it.
It would go good with it, and it would give you a little bit of cheesy element. I will say with any type of party mix like that, instead of using pretzel sticks, we've used pretzel goldfish before, and I like them better than the sticks. They're more of a cracker
Yeah.
than a pretzel
So
stick.
Bugles actually has like a caramelly flavored
do.
bugle like that, and I bet that would be that same flavor on a Cheeto. You get the cheese element. Think it'd work on like Planters cheese balls?
I like that idea
Yeah, I might do some experiment. I'm a
because crunchy Cheetos are
crunchy
kind
Cheetos, cheesy poos junkie.
of, crunchy Cheetos are not a good shape.
Yeah,
Once you take the color away from them, you'll be like, ugh.
Yeah.
But the balls would probably work better.
yeah, that's what I was
They'd be
thinking.
prettier after it was done.
They're pretty much making glazed Cheetos. Is what it is.
Donut glazed Cheetos.
Yeah, glazed Cheetos.
Do they make the Cheetos balls in Flamin' Hot?
Yeah,
Surely.
pretty sure they
Yeah.
do. Seems like Michael buys them. It's like a little mini can or something.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
kids nowadays, they'll eat anything flaming like that. Their guts are going to be wrecked by the time they're 30. For real, they're going to all have ulcers and stuff. Between
Between the sour and the
the sour candy stuff and the what's the ones that the Takis chips
Yeah.
they eat? Man, some of those are horrible.
I could never get down on those.
No, it's like eating a
Takis?
Yeah.
bad
They're
taco
horrible.
shell or bad tortilla. It's just
Super crunchy.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
almost hard.
Oh, you'll chip a tooth on them.
Speaking of our kid, he turns 14 on Friday.
That's crazy. I can't believe I got a 14-year-old. He'll be driving. He'll be learner's permit next year. Kind of been counting that down though. Honestly,
You think he remembers all the crazy stuff growing up? I used to use him to unload
boxes
for
and
the
pallets
back,
and
yeah.
stuff in the truck and in the garage warehouse. Child labor.
He used to play in the front yard while we did all
Made
our
videos.
Yeah, made videos and did all our
He had his grilling
shipping.
sets too. He'd go out there just fake cooking.
He'd
He used
pull
to think it was cool. Now he don't care anything about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
If you're not a gamer or some kind of professional athlete, he could care less. He's not impressed by anything.
He had his own little tote he would take to barbecue contests.
Yeah.
And it was full of like fake cooking stuff. And he'd set it up and cook and stuff.
I'm still in that stage right now, so I'm not
Yeah,
looking,
yeah.
not looking forward to the.
That's the best. That's probably the best stage. Your kids love you. They think you're the best. You're the hero.
Yeah.
Now it's like they just want money and food. About the two things.
And everything you do is like, huh?
Yeah, God, that drives me crazy. I hate it. He's gonna start. I don't remember doing that to my parents. If I wouldn't serve, man, I probably got popped. We're too soft on these kids nowadays.
All right, Grandpa. So I did see this TikTok the other day where a guy showed his grill and it was coated in ash. And he said he'd fired up his pellet grill, he was cooking on it, and it went boom. And that's why all this ash came out. It was covered in ash. And he'd pick up the thing and it was just a fire inside.
He never cleaned it.
And he's like, what do I do?
Start over.
Like,
Unplug it, let it cool off, and get to cleaning.
is
Because
it
what he
really?
did is like he hadn't cleaned the ash out of that thing in a long time, and then it probably had a bunch of pellets in there. It dropped and it was just all that was accumulated, and it couldn't burn. And then when it finally did get hot enough to burn, it built up pressure with the lid closed. Which really, when you start a pellet grill, you're supposed to open that lid to let that pressure out.
What pressure?
Because I mean, if you got it packed full of old stuff and you ain't cleaned it, and there's grease in there, and it drops a bunch of pellets that don't want to burn, and then it finally does ignite and go, it's going to flash. And then you've got all that. So with the lid closed, it's letting all that smoke from where it's trying to smolder, build up, and it's not coming out like it's supposed to. It can go. I've
It
seen
will
it.
boom?
Heck yeah, I've seen it blow the lid off of them on video. I've never seen it personally.
Yeah.
I never let mine get that bad.
We have had little fires in there.
I've had them drop too much or flame out and not clean it out. I mean, that's why I say like every 3 or 4 cooks, especially if you're doing long cooks or something like that, you need to take the diverter out, vacuum it out. If you've got one that's got a dump, go ahead and pull that out. Make sure it's clean. Get your grease traps clean.
You just scared me into cleaning my grill when I get home.
You don't clean yours?
I do all the time, but it's just been a while.
Yeah. I'd keep it.
Do you cook a lot of stuff greasy?
Yeah. Like I've probably cooked like 2 pork butts since the last time I cleaned it. So it's probably
it's
not that
time.
bad.
It's time.
We have a little bit of. I've seen several fires and pits over the years at like contests and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been around. I've seen burned some tents down. Man, do you remember that one year at Memphis in May? It was like they had let a backwoods run dry right beside us, and the flames were shooting out everywhere a flame could get out. It was on fire. I guess they had loaded it up with butts and let the water pan run dry, and then they didn't realize it. And those butts were just rendering, filling that water pan up with grease. And when it got to flash point, it went, and there's no putting it out. Worst thing you can do is open the door.
Yeah.
And they opened the door, and they couldn't get it back shut. That's when Mark and Jamie, it was one of the first years I think they were cooking with us, or second year, and they ran over and there's guys over there. I think one of them got burnt. They couldn't get the door shut, so and there was like a shovel there. And Mark like grabbed into that shovel and jammed the door shut and stuck the water hose down the chimney trying to get it to go out. And that was a bad one, and it ruined a whole smoker full of butts.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot.
Almost burnt a whole tent.
It happened to us before. First time we had to cook Tiger Lane, the team next to us did that with one of those gravity fed cookers. It did the same thing. I guess the grease built up in it, and it burnt their tent down. I was like, man, we were tight in there, so I was like, it's gonna burn us all up if it got over there. Those were whole shoulders. Their nightman had let it go dry, or I don't know. I guess let the grease build up or something.
It's always at a contest. Usually, it's a team that's a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Cooking on one pit. Nobody's,
And partying some.
And partying, yeah.
Yep.
Next thing you know.
That's how it happens. And usually it's a pit that's got some kind of water pan or a way to hold grease in it. That's usually what makes it go.
Is that what happens with pellet grills? They're catching grease too, or is it mostly?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're just, if you don't clean them, grease is supposed to channel out, but if you're not changing it out and you're letting it build up, and it just gets greasy over time, stuff that don't go where it's supposed to, and then you let all the ash and it just build up, over not keeping it clean or overloading it, putting too much stuff on there that's going to drip over that diverter where it can get to the fire. That'll do it too.
I think I caught one on fire. I was smoking
hamburgers, Wagyu burgers,
trimmings.
That was a bad one
that we turned into burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a huge fire. But you had the grill full of them too, and it was just raining grease.
It was, and I don't think we'd cleaned it lately.
Yeah, everything was on fire. It didn't hurt the grill though. We got it put out. I mean,
we ate the burgers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you one question, then I'm gonna let you get out of here.
All right. Is this a community question or just a shell general question?
It's a community question.
All right.
But I do like that idea.
Put me on the
spot. Pork belly tacos. So someone in the community was trying to do pork belly tacos. They were wondering about cubing them, stripping them, they had a bunch of. Yeah. How would you do a pork belly taco?
I'm probably going to be in the boat that's going to render that dude down to where it's just pullable and soft and make it almost like.
So you don't cut it at all?
I probably wouldn't. I mean, I've seen them to where they like score it or cut it into strips and they cook them to where there's like crunchy tacos and they try to get it crispy on the outer edge where the fat is to where it'll kind of have that chicharrone kind of effect built on it to where it's got the crunch. But I would make them to where that, you got pretty much like pulled pork belly, cooked down, season it up, maybe braise it down with some, peppers and almost like you're making that barbacoa or something like that, where it's got all those Mexican spices and in that juice and it's cooking down. And so that way that meat's going to be super flavored. And then it'd be like a pulled pork taco, but it'd be pulled pork belly taco. And do it up with some cilantro and pico and, whatever you're going to top it with. But it'd make a fantastic taco.
You've done a pork belly that way before.
Yeah, but I did it on a sandwich. Yeah, I did it barbecue style. But you could easily do it, just like doing a kind of a Mexican style pork butt. you would do it that same way. And you could, if you wanted to score some of the fat, and to where it kind of had that mixture of that fat in there, you could score the top of it.
Yeah, I would.
And make it like that. That would be really good.
So does the fat render if you cook it as a whole belly?
Yeah. It renders through and through. So you do lose a lot of weight cooking it that much.
Yeah.
Because
but you're going to lose that anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, you're just going to have fatty pork belly pieces unless you can get it really crispy. But it's going to have more chew. So the way I've seen them do it, they do this kind of fast method where they cut them into strips or something, and they're cooking them like that, and then they're trying to get it crispy. It's got a lot more chew to it. It's not going to be super soft meat because it hadn't rendered all the way. It's got a lot of that fat still in it, so it's a little chewy. I mean, it's probably still pretty good, That's probably more the traditional kind of Mexican way that they would make a taco. It would be, they would do it some kind of way like that. They wouldn't render it all the way down. But I think it would be really, really good, just like a pulled pork belly taco.
Let's do that.
We can.
Let's put that on the list.
I'll put it.
I think that's a great recipe.
Yeah. It wouldn't be no problem.
Flour tortillas.
Yep.
And then you just have that string, because pork belly, when it renders, is kind of like...
Yeah, it's lean and stringy and just melt in your mouth and succulent.
And it's got so much flavor and...
Oh, it'd be really good. It'd be really good. Or you could do like a Mexican-style pork belly burn-in style and cook those and then just put chunks of it. It'd be kind of like... kind of
like how you did that jerk pork belly one time?
Yeah. It'd be kind of like jerk pork belly bites. It would be like that. Just do it kind of Mexican style, and then you just make it on a taco.
I mean, I like.
What's the dish I get at the Mexican restaurants? The carnitas. It'd be like almost like pork belly carnitas, kind of.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's pork belly carnitas.
That'd be. You got a couple ideas. That'd be really good. You could crisp those up, so you could do those. And then flash fry them or cook, drop them down in some hot lard.
Now you're
and they would get
crazy.
crunchy on the outside, but they're soft in the middle, and put those on taco.
Now you're just getting
some
crazy.
Diablo sauce.
Yeah, I mean.
A little guac. I'm down with that.
Margarita. You be good to go.
Good to go.
Well, Malcolm, that's all I've got for you today.
All right. Well, Tyler, is there anything going on in the community or anything we need to let everybody know about, or how we doing?
There's nothing at the moment, but it is holiday season, so we do tons of giveaways over on the Let's Get to Cooking community over on Facebook. So make sure you head on over to facebook.com/group/H2Q community. You can join an awesome community of like-minded people. You can ask questions. Some of the questions Shell got here today were from the community, and then...
Was that scripted? That was really
good. Sounds like that's as good as any broadcast I've heard.
Yeah.
I did good until the last
time.
Yeah,
that's all right.
But yeah, make sure y'all check that out. And all of Malcolm's favorite recipes are on HowToBBQRight.com.
Michelle, you want to give them the deets on where they can find us?
If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us this week, and we will be back next week to talk more barbecue here at the How to Barbecue Right podcast. We gone.